Oh, hello, people. If you can just. Okay. Hi, Jolfi. Yeet. I don't know who that is. Okay. Hi, Anne-Sophie. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Sam. Can Yee and Darth Vader's sake identify themselves, please? Okay. That's Richard means you're Richard and not Darth Vader's Richard? Yes. Okay. Hi, Richard. Hi. Hi. Chris, cool. Okay, we have 9 of you here. It's not quite 10, so we can just hang out and see as people gather, and we're at 10. That's great. We only have 16 in the class, so I'm glad you guys are showing up. So, how's everybody doing? Okay. I don't know, Sam. What do you call a bagel that can fly? I know it does not matter. I just have to identify you, Chris. That's Chris now, right? Chris, good. Yeah, good. Good. A plain bagel. You misspelled plain there in the joke, didn't you? Or how do we do that? Shouldn't it be just A-N-E then, Sam? Because if you write the joke, we know the difference. So it's all good. Social distancing is nice. Okay. Yeah, it can be. That's cool. It's 9:59. Oh, hey, Marlene's here. Oops. Oh, I see. So Sam's agreeing with me. Yeah, maybe. Not sure. We do have 13. Good job, team. Hi, Lola. 14. Couple more. Wonder if like random people just walk into our classroom now. That'd be funny. Quarantine is okay. Stuck with my fam, but The Weeknd came out with a new album this morning. Okay, The Weeknd is a band? I'm assuming. I really am not informed, obviously. Okay, so that's good. And technically, we're not in quarantine. We're in self-isolation, which I hope you guys are all doing. It's a rapper. Okay, good. The Weeknd is a band. Okay. Mika here. Okay, cool. Hi, Mika. Who is Darth Vader? That's funny, Bella. And the album is Vibe. Is the album Vibe or is Vibe like slang for cool or something? Or is the album called Vibe? Weekend isn't a rapper. He's more of a singer. Okay. Hello. It's spelled the weekend. Okay. Vibe means like chill. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so cool, chill, not cool. Okay, all right. We have 16 people online, and it is 10 o'clock, so let's get started. Thank you for coming and joining our Ligma. Who's Ligma? Ligma, can you identify yourself so we know who you are? That'd be cool. Okay. Hi, Ligma. Who's Ligma? Do we know? Am I supposed to know who Ligma is? Aiden. Okay. Okay, it's not Aiden. Who's Ligma? Ligma, a random person walking in off the street into this class? Could be. Anywho, all right. Okay, I have not posted, but I've got, I think, 3 things we need to kind of talk about a little bit, or maybe even 4. That's okay, Ligma, you're cool, whoever you are. We have 3 or 4 things we need to talk about, I think, in terms of where we are as a class. We certainly, first of all, have to talk about the EOCB that you guys did turn one in, and you're turning in another one today. And sorry I haven't gotten that back to you. The first one, I wanted to get it scored, but I haven't gotten around to that because I've been surprisingly busy with trying to set up all the classes and all that stuff and keeping things rolling. Even though it might seem it would be less work, it has felt like more work, but I'm not sure. Anywho, I'm not complaining. Okay? Also, It's okay if Ligma is not, or Stigma is not in class. He can hang out. It's okay. Um, listen up. Um, um, sorry, I didn't get it scored. Another one's due tonight. I know this is replacing the test. There are no quarter grades that are going to be submitted for quarter 3. Now, we're not sure yet exactly what that means, so don't worry about right now how this all plays out in terms of your AP seminar grade at JFK, because that's really not the focus of an AP class anyway. The focus is, don't worry about that right now, Bella. Just focus right now, because I don't know what's going to happen next quarter in terms of school. I think we all have the same. We'll get to the IMPs in a second. I'm just talking about the written word, EOCB. I don't know if there's going to be school. I think we all have kind of a feeling like maybe we won't have school again till the summer. That's a good possibility. A graduation at the FU has been canceled for June 20th, just as a reference point that maybe we're looking at not having in-person class again. So our focus needs to be for you guys to be ready to complete your AP seminar work for the College Board, independent of what happens at JFK. I am assuming that we will have an AP seminar exam on campus. Right now, we have, as the Senatverordnung, we do not have class, but any Prüfungen, any exams are happening. Abitur is happening, MSAs are happening, so therefore, and the APs will fall in that same category. So right now, I'm working under the assumption that we will get to take the AP exams. Now, you guys have the other components as well for the AP seminar grade. You have your IRR, which you will have to submit. You'll have your IWA that you'll have to submit. You have the TMP, which you've already recorded. I've already recorded, and I will score. And then the fourth thing is your IMP. I will come to that. Bella, I'll answer your question right now. So if there is an in-person, right, the AP exam is the one you had to pay for. Now, we'll see how the situation changes, because obviously things are changing quickly. I'm assuming that if they do administer the AP exams at school, they will administer them staggered, and they will implement social distancing protocols at the school in terms of allowing people to sit 3 meters apart and having distance and all those things to allow the exams to work out. If you were to not be able to come to campus because your parents will not let you go, or you're ill, then maybe there's another possibility. But the SATs are a different thing. So don't compare this to the SATs, Anne-Sophie. The SATs were canceled, but the SAT is a different event because it's not a school event. SATs anybody can sign up for, and there are normally 100 or more students on campus that come from all over Germany, traveling, blah, 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 blah. It's different from the APs. Okay, so I'm assuming the exam will happen. We're hopefully going to push the exam into the future, maybe at least a couple weeks later, rather than having it in early May, have in the middle of May. It could be also online, but we're just going to take it a step at a time about the exam. Either way, our plan is to be taking the AP exam, to complete all the components of AP seminar, and to do a good job. That's the plan. So that's why I'm glad you guys did the EOCB. I will get that scored and get it back to you, hopefully both of those, and you'll have feedback on that. Okay, we'll do some more practice for the EOC, but for now, we need to figure out what to do about the IMPs. That's another thing we need to worry about, because that's also something you still have to complete. So, okay, So IMPs also fall in the category of things that could be done on campus. And I have to figure out whether that's what we have to do. If we do have to do the IMPs on campus, then if you don't do the IMPs, you do not complete the AP seminar course and you cannot receive credit for the course. So that's not going to work unless you don't want to get a grade for AP seminar. Because once you do not submit any of the categories, I'm pretty sure it's not like you get a 0 on that. You just don't get a grade for the whole class. That's what I think. So anyway, AP Research is doing in-person presentations. Abitur next week is doing their 5th PKs. So there's no particular reason why it wouldn't be possible to have our AP seminar IMPs the following week, like we planned on the 2nd of April. That would be a possibility. Or dependent on when we have to submit things, we might delay them till after spring break. Okay, so good. I would not have pizza. I might, sorry, but with the corona, I think that's not a good idea. But so what we would do in terms of having the IMPs on campus is, unfortunately, we'd have to do them in social distancing mode. What that would mean, either before or after break, April 2nd would be one possibility, or the week after spring break, not sure yet. If we do this, the plan would be then to have have you guys come in one person at a time to do the presentations. Okay, so you'd have one person at a time come in, you do your presentation, I'd record it, and then the next person would come sometime later, but we wouldn't have an audience. Okay, that would be kind of the plan. So we'll see how that works out. But there wouldn't be pizza also because it wouldn't take forever. The point of the pizza was you guys come in and we have to, do all of these in one afternoon. That's what was the original plan. So we'd be there from 3 to 7, and then I'd buy you guys pizza. The other problem is that I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really a big fan of eating a pizza that other people made right now. I just think that doesn't make sense. I'm not even like standing near people at the Lidl, when I buy something. So why would I eat a pizza that is prepared by some guy? So that's what I would say. Okay. All right. I think that's that. The due date right now is still up in the air. 2nd of April was the plan. Keep that in mind. That might still happen, or it'll be after spring break for the IMP. Okay, and I think I have talked about the main things. What I want to emphasize here is that, yeah, so do not put anything in the WhatsApp chat, Ryan, but yes, please scan your handwritten EOCB. And I said originally turn it in by WhatsApp, but I think it's going to be more efficient if you turn it in to Google Classroom. Either way works, but don't put it in the chat though on WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp me directly, you can email it to me, or you can put it in the Google Classroom. That's okay. Either one of those will work. There we go. My point is, Tiny Scanner would work, correct. The point is, in terms of your mindset, and I talked to Tenny about this as well, you have to shift from, we have Corona break, awesome, to shit, I gotta get this crap done. Okay, so what you need to think about is, how can you make this work for you in terms of learning and completing tasks successfully? If indeed school is canceled until August, you are missing a lot of instruction, and you would have hopefully learned a lot. You would have hopefully learned a lot in class, in school, and that falls away. So that means if it's till summer at least, that's so much time that you need to figure out how you're going to get it done to make the learning work for you. And I can't speak for every teacher, but I'm doing the best I can to make this work for you. I believe, Mika, that we will not see each other again before summer break. That's my personal guess. I have no inside information. I have no inside information about that, but I have a sense, just looking at how the curves are moving on the infection rate, that that's going to happen. Okay, Ligma, I don't know who you are, and I thought it'd be okay for you to hang out, but I'm not sure if I can kick you out or not. I'm not sure exactly about that, but I'm annoyed at you. Everybody's annoyed at you. Stop it. Again, I wouldn't worry as much about being promoted to 11th grade, because they will figure things out, how to make things work. School, I know this is sometimes easy to lose track of, is about learning things and becoming better and smarter and all that stuff. So if you're getting, I have no idea how to kick somebody out. Okay, congratulations, Ligma. I don't know. Nutzer, Nutzer. I'm not sure what this button just did. Ausgeblendet. Okay, I think I just did that just work for me? Or is that actually making Ligma disappear for everybody? Okay. Benjamin, get away. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Ligma's out and the other idiot is out too. Okay, so good. All right, so back to the questions. So they're out. All right. Okay, I don't know what I did, but we don't have them, and we don't have the origin either. So I think now we have just people who are not idiots in this group. If you are an idiot, please let me know so I can block you as well. Okay, so I'm going to answer the questions now. I think we were talking about, do I think school will be canceled until the end of the school year? Yes. And this is not inside information again, but I believe that's going to happen. Either way, you should mentally put yourself in that state. What I mean by that is having 5 weeks vacation is kind of like not having any more school. Okay, like this is World War II and we're stuck in a bunker and can't learn anything is not, it's okay. So that means we have to, no, we will not have summer school, I believe. I believe having a school in the summer is legally very complicated, and either way, we probably would be in a situation where if we really don't have school till end of June, it's not like in July, suddenly the situation is so much better. They will probably say, let's try reopening in August. Now, again, I don't have any inside information. So, okay, aim at figuring out how to make this work. That means you, for this class, need to get yourself in the mode of, I will do the work and I will get it done. You have a lot to do between now and the 3 things you still have to do. Okay. The IMPs, you still have to do the presentation. You still have to turn in your IRR and your IWA, and those could use some refining on your part. And the last thing is you have to do the EOC. There we go, Jolie. Nice attitude. Good job. So good plan. So get yourself in that mindset. Figure out how you can get yourself on a good work schedule to get it done. Be safe in terms of Corona. Don't hang out with your friends in person and all that stuff. You know that as well. But the IRR and the IWA are right now due on April 30th, midnight, 11:59 p.m. Sorry, in Eastern time. Now, we are asking probably for an extension between April 30th to get maybe some more time. They've said they would most likely offer extensions for schools that have been closed by Corona, which is, I think, going to be like every school. So, and when that changes, I'll let you know. But for now, aim on having that completed on April 30th. And it seems like a long time from now, but again, it's only 5.5 weeks away. So if you are finding yourself looking for things to do because you don't think you have enough assignments, then that would be a good thing to do. But yes, I will record this video. I will post it. Now, once the EOCB is in, and that's why I don't want to extend the deadline, I just want you to get it done. You've got enough time today. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you're not getting as many assignments that are urgently with deadlines hitting you right now, that I would like you to get that done today. So it's turned in, and it's at least you've done it. Because you need to then focus on the IMP and get that ready. So you need to take your IWA and make it into a presentation. Okay, so you need to make a presentation that's good and ready to go April 2nd. Now, that is not the date that most likely the presentation will be. I think it's probably going to be after spring break, maybe. But my point is, prepare as if it were on April 2nd. I will record the presentation, the IMP, when you make it. And then I will need to store it, but I am the one that scores it. Okay, so today, finish the EOCB, do a good job on that. And then once that's turned in, focus on getting the IMP ready for you to present. Now you're locked in, but you have, I'm assuming, computers. And you also have some other humans there. So once you have your IMP ready to go, practice it several times with the people in your home. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Monsieur Ortega, Senor Ortega is out, I think. Did that work? Yeah, it did work. Okay. Oh, hey, Sadie. Good. All righty. Sadie, I will record this. I mean, I'm recording. YouTube records this. I will post the class so you can look at it later. Okay. So you can still look at it and see what you missed. We only have about 8 minutes left here. It's 10:22. I wanted to, just because some of you are still working the EOCB, maybe just briefly remind you of a few things about that. I'm not sure if that would be a good use of our time or whether you just want to ask questions in general. So just give me some feedback right now what would be helpful for you guys for the last 8 minutes. Okay, so just here, I've got the rubric. I'll take that as a yes. I'll just start talking. If other people suggest other things, I'm going to super professionally hold this up and have you guys take a look at it. So I'm going to hold it up to, I hope that's showing up. Here's the first row. And I think that's going to be almost the most important thing for you guys in terms of doing well on this, that you have 3 approaches you can take to make this work for you, okay? So you need to have a connecting theme between the papers. You've read the 4 sources. You need to have something that connects them. You know that. Yes, you have this seminar, AP Seminar EOCB rubric. It is attached in the solution packet, okay? So you need to connect it, and you need to take one of 3 approaches. The first of these is you need to present so hang on a second, let me just back up. The EOCB is you making an argument. It is not you summarizing the sources. This is the most common mistake. You have a tendency to read 4 sources or interesting papers and be like, wow, this is interesting stuff. Let me restate it. In source A, blah, 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 blah. In source B, blah, 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 blah. That is terrible and will not earn you a good grade at all. The goal is for you to make an argument. That means you need to use the sources to support what you're arguing, okay? So you need to have a statement that needs support. Nutrition in the United States would be improved if we implemented, lower sales tax on vegetables and had subsidies for organic farmers, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's basically the idea. So, this is amazing persistence. Fascinating. Does he just set up new accounts? Anyway, all right. So to do that, you have 3 goals. You have 3 ways of doing this. So the 3 ways you can do this is either you can present a perspective that is not represented in one of the sources. Okay. Now that seems difficult, and it to some degree is. The easiest option is to choose the opposite of one of the actual arguments. So paper A is arguing that all our problems about nutrition in the United States would be solved if we had organic farmers subsidized and da-da-da-da. And if you just flip that the other direction, then that is not represented because you're arguing against what one of the authors is saying. That is then a perspective that is not represented in one of the sources, okay? You could also come up with something that is great and is completely different. That's awesome as well. The second one, you can bring a particularly insightful approach to one of the perspectives. I feel this is a trap, personally, because if you're arguing the same argument as somebody else is making in one of the papers, and you're just making it better, then you are really going to have to meet that high bar of particularly insightful. And I think that's pretty high. And let's be realistic. Again, the readers for this are normally already locked in basements somewhere where they're reading all these, and they're reading 1,000 of these EOCBs. And they're going to have a pretty high expectation for what's particularly insightful because they've seen a lot of different arguments in terms of what thesis they've claimed. And the third option, and this is, I think, kind of besides arguing against one of the arguments on that's represented in a source, maybe the easiest, I think, is to say, make a strong thematic connection among perspectives. So if you take two sources, A and B, or A and C, or B and D, and A argues X and C argues Y, and you say, well, why don't we take X and Y and connect them together and make a new perspective out of that? So instead of just talking about education causing a change in how people eat food in America, and the other source talking about taxes being so important for making changes in behavior, then you are going to be able to do that pretty easily. Okay? All right. Relatively easy. So that's what I would say for line 1 as your first reference. Okay? Let's take a look. The other ones are rather straightforward, and I just, if you've gotten the first row correct, that you have a good argument based on one of the three, either your own perspective not represented in one of the sources, a particularly insightful approach to one of the perspectives, or you've made a strong thematic connection among the perspectives. At that point, you are really most likely going to be able to meet the other rows as well. So row 2, the response's line of reasoning is logically organized and well developed. The commentary explains evidence and connects it to claims to clearly and convincingly establish an argument. So sure, I mean, if you have met the requirement of having a good perspective that you're representing that's not one of the other authors that you argue, then you're going to argue for it, and then you're going to bring evidence and make the connections, and it almost flows naturally. So really make sure that row 1, you've nailed that. And if you've nailed that, the other stuff almost flows automatically from it. Line 3, same thing there. The response appropriately synthesizes relevant information drawn from at least 2 of the provided sources to develop and support a compelling argument. Well, it'll be compelling because you're not presenting, just repeating the argument made by one of the authors. And again, the second most common mistake is, first most common, just summarizing all the sources. Second most common mistake is to re-argue one of the author's arguments. Okay, that's also bad. Okay, but if you've avoided both of those, and you've made connections between two, and then we're going to be done already. So line 4 says, the response communicates clearly to the reader, although may not be free of errors in grammar and style. So that's kind of like what you normally know as English teacher grade. Like, it's pretty, it's a good paper, it's less important than you think. Okay, first of all, it's just one line. And second of all, you can have errors in grammar and style and still get full scores there. Okay, but it should be not impeding our understanding of the material. I'll get off in just a minute, but our class technically goes till 11:22, so I'm not thinking we have to cut off this very second. So I'll just take a few more minutes and then we'll close. So, okay, so, and the response effectively integrates material from sources into the argument. For example, is clearly introduced, integrated, or embedded into the text and accurately attributes knowledges and idea. So that the idea is that you are supposed to have references properly quoted, referencing the material, and so on. Okay, we are then at the end of what kind of going over the EOC rubric. We've talked about how to move forward with the class. I'm still figuring out how to do this. You're figuring out how to do this. We'll see at what points live streams or videos are helpful. Otherwise, hang in there, do your best, keep working hard.